Malala's Magic Pencil by Malala Yousafzai, illustrated by Kara Scowett. Do you believe in magic? So you can see Malala, and she's using something to draw these beautiful pictures with. You can see them swirling around. I wonder if maybe it's her magic pencil. Let's see. When I was younger, I used to watch a TV show about a boy who had a magic pencil. If he was hungry, he drew a bowl of curry and it appeared. If he and his friends were in danger, he drew a police officer. The boy was a little hero, always protecting people who needed help. How I wanted a magic pencil too. You can see Malala watching the TV show. I wonder if she wants to be a hero like the little boy does. Let's see what happens. If I had a magic pencil, I would use it to put a lock on my door so my brothers couldn't bother me, stop time so I could sleep an extra hour every morning, and erase the smell of the trash dump near our house. Trash dump is something that we don't usually have by our houses here, so that's something that's a little bit different about where Malala lives. And I would use it to make other people happy. I would draw the most beautiful dresses in the world for my mother, the best buildings in the valley for my father so he could open many schools where children would study for free, a proper ball so my brothers and I no longer had to play with an old sock stuffed with rubbish. That's one of our vocab words. So instead of using a soccer ball to play with, they would take an old sock and they would put garbage in it, and that's what they would use to play with. Yeah. So here Malala is saying how she could use her magic pencil to make other people happy. What's a way that you could use a magic pencil to make somebody happy? What do you think? Yeah, let's see what else she does. Every night before I went to bed, I wished for a magic pencil of my own. And every morning I would wake up and check my cupboard. But the magic pencil was never there. One day, I was throwing away potato peels and eggshells at the dump. I was wrinkling my nose, swatting away flies, and making sure I didn't step on anything dirty in my nice shoes, when I saw a girl about my age sorting trash into piles. Nearby, boys were fishing for metal scraps using magnets on strings. So this is the big trash dump that was near Malala's house. When my father returned home from work, I told him what I'd seen. It made him sad. Why do you think when Malala's father heard about what she saw at the trash dump, it made him sad? Yeah, let's see what he says. Abba, I said. Yes, Johnny, he said back. I always liked when he called me dear one. Why haven't I seen that girl in my class? Because, he said, but he didn't finish right away. Because, Johnny, in our country, not everyone sends their daughters to school, and some children must work to support their family. Those boys will sell the metal scraps they find. If they went to school, their families would go hungry. School was my favorite place, but I had never considered myself lucky to be able to go. My father had always said Malala would live free as a bird. Now I wondered how free I'd truly be. That night I thought about families who didn't have enough food, and the girl who couldn't go to school, and even about how when I was older, I would be expected to cook and clean for my brothers, because where I came from, many girls weren't allowed to become what they dream of. So how does it make you feel hearing about Malala and other girls who couldn't go to school and couldn't be what they dreamed of because they had other things they needed to do? Yeah, maybe a little sad. And Malala talks about over here, she's not sure how free she'd truly be. I wonder if maybe she feels a little bit trapped, knowing that it's going to be difficult to become what she wants to be. I knew then that if I had the magic pencil, I would use it to draw a better world, a peaceful world. First, I would erase war, poverty, and hunger. Then, I would draw girls and boys together as equals. You can see her drawing over here. It looks like she drew some buildings. And there's the boys and girls. They look like they're walking to school together. They have their backpacks on. Over the next few years, instead of wishing for a magic pencil every night, I worked hard in school every day. I wanted to be one of the top students in my class. Why do you think Malala stopped wishing for the magic pencil? Yeah, I think she realized that she wasn't going to be able to wish how she felt away. She was going to have to work hard and do well in school so she could be successful and maybe change something for real and not just with a magic pencil. But soon, powerful and dangerous men declared that girls were forbidden from attending school. They walked the streets of our city now. They carried weapons. Yeah, do you see the men here that are walking in the city with the weapons? And there's Malala. She looks maybe like she could be a little scared or nervous about walking to school now. One by one, girls stopped coming to school. Abba, where are all the students? They don't feel safe here anymore, Johnny. How could a few men stop all the girls in our valley from going to school? If more people knew what was happening to us, I thought they might help. Let's see what she's going to do. Wishing wasn't enough. Someone needed to speak out. Why not me? What does it look like Malala's doing to try to get help? Yes, she's writing. She's writing something on the papers. And what's happening to the papers? Yeah, you can see a lot of different people. They're reading them. They're reading about how she feels and her story. I wrote about what it felt like to be scared to walk to school and how some of my friends had moved away because of the threat they faced in our city. I wrote about how much I love school and how proud I was of my uniform. Once I started writing, I didn't stop. I wrote speeches and traveled around my country sharing my story. I even talked to a reporter from a famous international newspaper. That means a newspaper that can be read all over the world. People actually wanted to learn about my life. I spoke for all the girls in my valley who couldn't speak for themselves. My voice became so powerful that the dangerous men tried to silence me, but they failed. There she is. She's still trying to talk about what's going on. And now my voice is louder than ever, louder because people have joined me, and together we make a chorus, standing up for what we believe. We raise our voices for those in need. Help people in danger, even if they are an ocean away. Think of the world as a family. Look at all of these people who heard of Malala's story, and they all want to help. They all support her and want to work with her. Do you still believe in magic? I do. I wrote alone in my room, but people all over the world were reading my story. Millions now know it and help me spread my message of hope. I had at last found the magic I was looking for, in my words and in my work. What was magical about people hearing Malala's story? Yeah, she lived so far away, and people all over the world, millions of people, were able to hear what she wrote. That sounds pretty magical for all those people to be able to hear what one girl wrote. And now they all want to work to support her and spread her message. I am Malala. I've always wished I could make the world a more peaceful place. And every day I work to make my wish come true. One child, one teacher, one book and one pen can change the world. That's the end.